Star Trux. Atari prototype. I wrote prototype because I've never been sure if the game is complete and merely unreleased, or if more would have been added and it is just a prototype. This speedy, solid game of memorization and navigational skills is played often in the Chris Kingdom. It's so 80s, incidentally, that the title is misspelled with an X. I'll give any substantially original game a huge chance in terms of working out how it's played and trying to become proficient. For reasons most certainly based in the fear of freshness felt by supervisory swine, Star Trux went unreleased. It's available for emulation, so I can play it, and that's all I truly care about. It's not as if the absence of a manual will keep me from colorfully describing the premise, and this delightfully abstract game is ripe for the brain picking. A large rocket is having intactness problems, but conveniently enough it's only missing the evenly spaced innards whose gaps you can see here. When you've filled them, it launches. Now you're off to the next level, having secured a reputation as a galaxy's best rocket finisher. Alternatively, a shuttle full of interstellar passengers is maroon on account of the regularly spaced parts-eating jerks of planet things named with X's. In either case, the hull has been thoughtfully stripped away from the pertinent places. As you can see, you're piloting a space shovel, and this can scoop any part out of the void and push it around. One random opening at a time will display the shape of its necessary component. Find a matching one and ram it in. If you take a long time, a different breach will reveal its own missing metal gut. Every so often, your assistant, the space trucker, races by and delivers parts to your general vicinity. Sometimes he gets careless and flies right into your shovel, obliging the use of one of your two remaining backups. A great twist is that you cannot tell which parts are inside the pink cartons of vacuum-proof, super thick space cardboard until you bump into them. Remembering the contents of as many on-screen cartons as you can is therefore a clever constituent of the game's challenge, as the space trucker is a tireless worker and the area quickly grows cluttered. And then there's the bothersome space janitor, with whom you and the trucker have never gotten along. He bounces across the playfield once in a while, destroying several cartons along the way. This is helpful when he removes a few identical components, making the memorization factor a bit easier. But it's usually unpleasant to watch a few of your potentially level-beating parts getting violently cleaned from the cosmos, especially if one of them is your shovel. Now and again, that widely recognized celestial phenomenon, the slow upward movement of a few things for no apparent reason, kicks in. Cartons will float toward the top of the screen for a brief period. This is another beneficial space-tidying occurrence, because the vortex opposite the planet's surface wipes out everything that touches it. As for the parts that you reckon you'll need sooner or later, simply push them away from the central area to improve their likelihood of survival. In the passenger craft version of the circumstances, each level has a sad ending. Once you've inserted the final piece of shuttle, its pilot fires it up and flies it, seemingly unaware, right into the lethal vortex. But, you know, it's kind of funny too. Another facet of the game's excellent equilibrium is your adjustable velocity. You can move faster while you're holding down the fire button. The catch is that you can only convey parts at your normal shoveling speed. An instrumental rendition of the "Have you played Atari today?" jingle is piped out before each new level. That ties up the besuited swine aspect nicely. No wonder the programmer has kept himself anonymous. They made him stick a commercial in there. It's unrelated to the gameplay, naturally, so I'm not grumbling too loudly. Star Trux integrates randomness extraordinarily well, and maintains the elusive balance between puzzle elements and flying around really fast through space. It's engaging and unique, and those who decided to keep it off the shelves were a bunch of dorks, with an X, of course. Well, alright, that does it for the Atari computer games, for now. The next game is Cybermorph on the Atari Jaguar.